Hey guys, Bird Yu-Gi-Oh here. So I wanted to bring you my updated Traptrix deck. I think this is a really good control deck. There's a really important reprint. Gravediggers Trap Hole just got reprinted. This is now only a few bucks. So that's a super important card for this, especially if you're trying to go on a budget. Traptrix Sarah has not dropped any, but in my opinion, you do only need two. Most of the time people are just playing three because of the draw card that banishes from your extra deck. So yeah, this version we are cutting down on costs as much as we can. So yeah, let's get right into it. Starting off, of course, with the best normal summon for this deck, Traptrix Vermelio. You just normal summon it, and you can add a whole normal trap card from your deck to your hand. And then when it's special summoned, you could target a spell and trap your opponent controls and destroy it. So both of those effects always come up. This card's amazing. You can get to it with Traptrix Mantis. When you normal summon this, you can add a Traptrix monster from your deck to your hand. And then you can also, a quick effect, you could target a set spell and trap you control, return it to the hand, and then you can set a spell and trap from your hand. So that's kind of cool. And then we play just two Dionea. This one, when it's normal summoned, you can special summon a Traptrix in your graveyard. And then you can also, when it's special summoned, you can target a whole normal trap in your graveyard and set it. So both, again, pretty good effects. And then the last Traptrix monster we're playing is just one Vesiculo. That one, you can set set a trap you control to the graveyard, and then you can special summon this from your hand. And if you control no cards in your spell and trap zone, you can banish this from your graveyard. So that's kind of cool. Obviously, if you just set a trap, have this in hand, send that, and then special summon this. And then once you link this away, then you can banish this and then set that card. As long as it's a whole normal trap, set that back to the field. So it's kind of cool, a little gimmicky. That's why I'm just playing one. And that's it for the Traptrix monsters. For our extender, we're playing Parallel Exceed. Basically, what this deck wants to do is normal summon one of these, and then get out a Parallel Exceed, so that you have a Traptrix Sarah, and then, like a Rafflesia or a Alamaris. And you make either of these with your Parallel Exceed. So that's just a simple way of getting out two level 4s. And then for hand trap, I really only had space for 3. So I wanted one that really had a lot of impact against pretty much any deck. So the one I went with there is Dimension Shifter. You just have to have no cards in your graveyard. So pretty much this is just when you're going second for the most part. Or you can obviously use it on your turn when you go first, and you'll just be probably just losing, one Traptrix, because you'll want to link away into Sarah still. But yeah, good card nonetheless, and like I said, it's just one that does very well against any deck, and is more of kind of like a floodgate kind of thing, because it's gonna be like that until the end of the next turn, so until the end of your opponent's turn usually. And then for the spells, just playing 2 Pot of Desires and 1 Card of Demise. That's all I felt was needed for this deck. So that's it for the spells, just 3. Really leaves room for like Anti-Spell Fragrance in your side deck, because you don't play hardly any spells. And then for the traps, for the Trap Hole cards, we play 2 Gravediggers Trap Hole. I got a reprint again, like I said already, so definitely play 2. Really good. Play 2 Floodgate. These are by far the best hole trap cards, and then 1 Traptrix Trap Hole. These are the most useful ones, so that's why we play those. And then for our 3 ofs for traps, playing 3 Shade Brigadine. It's just, again, another way of getting a level 4 on the field, so you can go into some really easy rank 4 XYZ plays. And then we play 3 Dogmatic of Punishment. Honestly, this is by far my favorite and potentially the best trap. in this deck because this just gets you so much advantage. You always want to get this on there. It's and I guess it doesn't really give you advantage. It destroys your opponent's board, so it's a really important card. And then the newly reprinted Infinite Impermanence. Again, that'll kind of be a hand trap as well, but it's also, of course, nice to just set it. And then we play 2 Compulse, 2 Torrential, and 2 Heavy Storm Duster. Those are kind of the toolbox traps. You kind of just search them when you need them. Or, with Traptrix. And we just play one of that. I'd rather see these as opposed to this. So that's why we just play one of it. And then for the non-normal traps, we play 3 Strike and 1 Imperial Order. Again, we don't play hardly any spells, so this shouldn't hurt you. And you should hopefully be able to, in just a few turns of shutting off your opponent's spells, get a board big enough that you can still win pretty easily. So that is the main deck. For the extra, of course, just two Traptrix Sarah. You only need 2. You'll only ever go through 2 for the most part. Amazing card. It's a link 1. I mean, if you have 3, play 3, but you really only need 2. And then the Traptrix Kularia. Just one of that. It's your link 2. Very, very good effects on that one as well. If you activate a whole normal trap, you can set it back to your field instead of sending it to the graveyard. And then during your end phase, you can target a Traptrix in your graveyard and special summon it. So you can get some really nice effects off with this. And the only other link we're playing is just Nightmare Phoenix, just in case. And then for our rank 4s, playing 1 Rafflesia and 1 Alamaris. They're both very good in their own rights. This is obviously the one you want to get like first turn, have it set, and then you can just activate a whole normal trap directly from your deck. And then Alamaris is just a really nice one to special summon monsters from your grave, and then get you some attack power on the field. And then just for other kind of like toolbox rank 4s that we're playing, Redoer, Baguska, that one comes up a lot, Dweller, Exciton Knight, all really nice ones. And then I'm choosing to play Utopia and Utopia the Lightning, just to get some extra damage on board. Sometimes it'll help you OTK, but I felt especially with Imperial Order, you don't want to lose to this card. So Utopia will get you some extra damage. And then since it got a reprint, we're playing the AA Zeus. You cannot do this, stack that, and then stack that on top, because you cannot use Utopia the Lightning as material for an XYZ summon. But you can, stack him on any of these that battle. So I just felt it was good enough to include in here. And then our punishment targets are Elder Entity. When this is sent to the graveyard, you target a card on the field and destroy it. So nice little out to a lot of cards that could mess you up. So yeah, that's the deck, guys. Potentially, again, one of the best control decks of this format. It does what it does very well, which is get traps on the field and control the board. You can pretty much, if you start your board with a Sarah and a Rafflesia, you're sitting pretty well there, with at least a few interruptions there. So really nice. And then if you open up, some decent traps, you should be able to stop whatever your opponent's doing. So yeah, really fun deck. Check it out, guys, and we will catch you on the next one.